You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine system for your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clock it. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back until you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up? Who's the first one in the chat? Is that Miss Hall? I see you, Miss Hall. She was in here before the live even went live. Don't judge me, y'all. I got flour, all kind of stuff on me. I've been cooking all day long. I got some greens on the stove behind me. I got my little area over here prepped. I thought I was going to be able to make one video doing both cake decorating, but being that I have some greens still cooking on the stove and I need to use the stove, I don't want to have my camera over there because it'll just be too much stuff on the stove. So I'm gonna wait till the greens get done. That should be around 9 o'clock, and then I'm gonna come back live and I'm gonna do my my German chocolate, decorate my German chocolate cake. So it's gonna be 2 videos tonight. Hey, what's up, Mario? What up? How you doing, fellow baker? That's also another baker from my hometown. Ooh, this light, I got this bright light in front of me, like humongous bright light in front of me. So I am hot. But anywho, I'm gonna do a cheesecake, and always do my cheesecakes when I make orders for my home or for my my customers. I always do my cheesecake like 24 hours in advance. You don't have to do it that far in advance, but I like my cheesecakes to be really firm. And normally I think they say you should make it like maybe at least 8 to 12 hours before you want it. Because after you make the cheesecake, you should let it cool like outside the oven. Well, actually, I let mine cool inside the oven for like another hour after it's done, and then I put it in the refrigerator and I let it cool overnight. So, or if I need a cake order at nighttime and I'm doing it first thing in the morning, I let it all day long in the fridge. So yeah, you say at least a day ahead. Yeah, that's how I like to do mine. I like my cheesecake firm. I don't like no shaking, no rolling in my cheesecakes at all, honey. But so I'm gonna show you guys what all I use in my cheesecake. And it's probably something that a lot of people use in their cheesecake. So cheesecakes aren't hard to make. Some people think they're really hard. Before I made my first cheesecake, I thought they would most have been the most difficult thing ever to make. Cheesecakes is the easiest cake you can make, literally. So I'm gonna show you guys how easy it is to make a cheesecake, y'all. And we're making a cheesecake with a 10-inch springform pan. Have a set of springform pans that go from 6, I think it goes 6 inches to 12. 6, 8, 9, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12. Yeah, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12. It's a 5 set of so this is your springform pan. I've never seen a springform pan, you wouldn't understand what the hell they're talking about. Basically, it's 2 pieces, and it has the bottom. And because when you make a cheesecake, you literally, to put this together, you just sit it over the bottle, and then there's this little tab on the side. You just close it up. And then when the cheesecake is done, all you do is just release the side, just let it back open, and it just comes apart from the cheesecake. But anyhow, so we're gonna put this back together. So it's a 10-inch round pan. For this 10-inch round pan, I'm gonna need 4 blocks of there's a name on there, Philadelphia cream cheese. And I already have them open. I already got them opened up because cream cheese has to be really soft before you use it. Otherwise, it's a hot mess, and you don't want clumps and lumps and bumps all in your cheesecake, looking like kernels and stuff in your cheesecake. So I always let my cream cheese get to room temperature. I usually leave it out for about 4 or 5 hours. I actually leave it open. When I take it out the freezer or the fridge, I split it open the pack, and I just let it sit on the pack like that so it can come down to room temperature, quicker, especially if I'm doing like a whole bunch of orders, and just makes it a little easier, a little quicker. So we have 4 of them. We also have 4 eggs, 4 large eggs. We're going to be using some heavy whipping cream. For our cheesecake crust, we're going to use graham crackers, like 7 ounces of graham crackers. We're going to use some unsalted butter. I always use challenge butter. I love challenge butter. There's another one that I use sometimes. Challenge. It's another one that I use. It's like 2 different ones I really like. We need our baking spray, like Pam. Or there's one called Baker's. It's actually called Baker's baking spray. But I haven't seen that for a long time in Walmart. I see the Pam, so I got the Pam. We're gonna need some heavy duty aluminum foil. One thing I don't play with is off-brand foil when I'm doing my baking. I don't play with off-brand, so I use Reynolds. We also got some parchment paper. We're gonna need some parchment paper. Let's see. We also got. Let's see. We got sugar. We got flour. What else did I have? I got everything over here. Oh, vanilla. Vanilla. I don't. And yeah, I don't really play with my vanilla either. I know. A lot of people don't care if they use off-brand vanilla, but that's just me. I don't like to use off-brand vanilla, and for my cakes, for my frosting, I don't like to use off-brand powdered frosting either, powdered sugar. So that's just me, though. I mean, that's just me. A lot of people like to be convenient and save money, so they use like off-brand everything. That's just me. That's just me. So anywho, oh yeah, we also got hold on. Here we go. And some sour cream. So that's what we're going to be using. So first thing first, let me move this out the way. First thing first, we have to make our graham cracker cup. What was I about to say? Graham cracker crust. And I also got the oven preheated to 350. So I'm gonna grab my super powerful, dependable Ninja blender. I love this thing. So this is what we're gonna use for our graham cracker crust. And you can use like everybody has like their favorite blender. A lot of people use different type of blender. If you have a blender that's used for chopping your vegetables, your fruits, and things like that, it's basically what you use. Just a regular blender. I've been having this Ninja. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've been having this Ninja ever since back in the day when like 90, no, not 90, like 2000, like 2007, 2008ish. Yeah, like 2008ish. That's how long I've been having this Ninja. So how long is that? 12 years, and the blades are still as sharp as ever. It came with two of these containers, the motor, and two small containers with small blades for the small container. I use that when I'm cutting up like small fruits or something like that. But yeah, the Ninja, they still make them too. One of the most powerful blenders out there. So if you don't have a blender and you're looking for a good one, Ninja, I love it. I love it. So anyway, our oven is preheated to 350 degrees. We're going to get our when I'm blending this stuff, I'm gonna push mute because I don't want the blender to be all loud in your ear. So I'm gonna push mute when I do that. But anyway, my hands are clean. My hands have been washed. So I've been washing my hands all day, but I did just wash them again. So we're gonna use about 7 ounces of graham crackers. That's about a pack and a half. It's about a pack and a half. So I just break them like that or break them down, just break them down. In a second. And the other pack is a full pack. That half pack was from the last time I made a graham cracker crush or cheesecake, which was Thanksgiving. Yeah, it was Thanksgiving. So that was the last time I made a cheesecake. I don't make them too often. Unless, before the CV19 hit. When I was taking orders before the CV19 hit, then yeah, it was I was making cheesecakes like all the time, all the time. With our 7 ounces of graham crackers, we're going to use this is a 1/8 cup, but don't pay attention to that. I just poured my sugar in this little spoon. So basically, we need a tablespoon of sugar. So this is about a tablespoon of sugar. Just pour it in there. Yeah, trust me, you'll get all mixed up. And you add the butter in there. And we need 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Where's my spoon? 5 tablespoons. I'm just doing one at a time, basically. Kind of spread them out. Now, sometimes, I'm going to just let you know. Sometimes, hold on, I need some towel. Okay, Anna got my trash can. So, sometimes, if your graham cracker crust, if it's like not soft enough, just add a little bit more butter because I didn't technically use a weight machine or weight thing to weigh the graham crackers. I just kind of did it by kind of counted how many ounces was in the whole entire box, and then I divided it by how many packs was in the box, and that's how I came up with around about 7 ounces. But anywho, so again, I'm gonna push mute so you guys can't hear the. So put a lid on here, and I'm gonna plug it up over here. Okay. So I'm gonna hit mute, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I hate when people do food videos and they have the sound on for the blender or you know. So just common courtesy. Turn the mute button so people don't have to hear it. So anywho, we got our I love graham crackers, but there's the graham cracker crust that we're gonna use. So I don't need this anymore. I don't need the motor anymore. So I'm gonna set those to the side. Okay, so now with our graham cracker crust, we are going to use our 10-inch styrofoam pan. And we're going to first spray it down some baking spray. I normally spray it down over the sink because it's very misty. And if it gets, excuse me, if it gets over the floor, then your floor can be a little slick and you might go flying through your kitchen if you step on a slick spot of vegetable or baking spray. So we're going to put our crust into the pan, kind of knock it around. Use my blade to kind of get it all out. Okay. Now, basically what you do from here is somebody just sent me a inbox message. Let me get this butter off my hand. Okay, so what we do from here is basically you just press it down, try to press it down evenly all over the pan. Just use your hands, use your fingers. Don't be trying to put no gloves on. Much Bible. I'm making a homemade cheesecake. Then I'm gonna come back later and show y'all how I make my German chocolate frosting, and I'm gonna decorate a German chocolate cake. So I'll be back in probably about 30 minutes after I finish this cheesecake. After this live goes off, then I'm gonna come back. So yeah, crust even as possible. Make sure it goes up about half an inch on the sides. Y'all see where my finger's at? Like kind of push the crust up the sides a little bit. See how it's kind of down here, wait, over here in that area, it's kind of low. So you just want to push some crust up there because you want it going over that bottom ledge, over that edge. Because we have to keep the cheesecake from coming out the bottom. So just gonna spread it around, spin it around, make sure it's all good in the hood, y'all. It's all good in the hood. Hey, boo. Hey, Tina. Okay. Now, that's what this looks like. So I'm going to put this in the oven. It's already preset for 350. We're going to put it in the oven and we're going to bake it like 8 to 10 minutes. So I have a timer that I use on my phone for my cakes to make sure I don't go over my time frame. But yeah, you put it on 350. This is a 10-inch pan. We sprayed baking spray in it. We made our crunch base, our cheesecake base. We use for the people just coming in, we use graham cracker crust to make the base of the cheesecake. Now, some people like to add crust on the side, like up the sides of the cheesecake. For that, I would just recommend doubling your crust, uh, doubling your amount of crust that you're making. So this one we use 1 tablespoon of sugar. We use 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter. We use 4 blocks of 8-ounce Philadelphia cheese. And that's what we're using. That's the main ingredients for our cheesecake. But for the crust alone, you just basically use the graham crackers, sugar, and the unsalted butter. So if you want to double your crust, like some of my customers, when I make cheesecake for them, they be like, "Could you please make my crust a little thicker?" And I'd be like, "Okay." So I just double the butter, and I double the sugar, and I double the graham crackers. So there's normally 7 ounces graham crackers, 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1 tablespoon of sugar. That's how you make your graham cracker crust, and double it if you want more. Or like mine, I just like mine going around the bottom. But if you want it to go up the sides and you need more crust, if you want the bottom a little higher, just double that recipe. 5 tablespoons of butter, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and 7 ounces of graham crackers. So just double that to get more crust. So we're gonna put this in the oven. And again, after we put it in the oven, it's gonna be in there for 8 to 10 minutes. Keep an eye on it though. Even though I put my timer, I always keep an eye on it because you don't want it to cook too long. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven. Okay. I'm back. How's everybody doing though? Okay, I gotta put my timer on my phone. I'm gonna put it on 8 minutes since we want to bake it 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm gonna put my timer on 8 minutes. Okay, now the timer is set. Now I'm gonna put this in the sink. And I also wash my hands. I like to wash my hands a lot when I am cooking, especially when I'm making cakes for other people. I just do it a whole lot more. Washing, 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 washing. Keep your area clean. The graham cracker crumbs. Okay, so now we're going to get started on our cheesecake. The crust is in the oven. Cook it for 8 to 10 minutes, but keep an eye on it at 8 minutes. You might want to check on it if it doesn't look like it's firm or cooked enough, because you want it to be like a not really a golden brown, because graham crackers are dark, but kind of a dark golden brown. I don't know what you want to call it. A dark golden brown. Then that's when you usually know it's done. So what we're gonna do is do our cheesecake. So let me plug in and again, when I turn the KitchenAid blender on, I'm going to put it on mute so you don't have to hear it. So now what our ingredients for our cheesecake is, again, I'll repeat the crust with 7 ounces of graham crackers, 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter. You gotta use unsalted. Otherwise it's just too salty. Just too salty. And also 1 tablespoon of sugar. So that's the crust. If you want more crust, you just double that recipe. But for the cheesecake, again, I have 4 of these, 32 ounces. They're 8 ounces each, Philadelphia cream cheese. So I got 4 of them. I'm also going to use, I buy the 1 pound container of Daisy sour cream because I use sour cream in my cheesecake. And because it calls for 2 cups, and this is 1 pound, 16 ounces, 2 cups, literally. So I just pick up the 16 ounce. Um, we need heavy whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream, I can go off brand on this. This is great value. I can go name brand, off brand. Heavy whipping cream doesn't really matter to me. But we use a 1/2 cup of the heavy cream. And 2 cups of the sour cream, like I just showed you. Flour. Where's my flour? I have 5 tablespoons of flour. I have my vanilla. I do like to use my McCormick's brand vanilla. I like my vanilla. I usually do about 1.5 tablespoons. This is for a 10-inch cheesecake, though, right? So if I was doing like a 9-inch, I would do like a tablespoon. But this is for a 10-inch cheesecake, so it's more cream cheese and more other stuff. So we're gonna use a tablespoon and a half of the vanilla. Sugar. We're gonna use 2 cups of sugar. And also, we're going to use a little bit of kosher salt, just a pinch of kosher salt. We're going to use 4 large eggs. And to decorate the top of my cheesecake, let me make sure we got the cream cheese, heavy cream, sour cream, flour, salt, vanilla, large eggs. Okay. To decorate my cheesecake, I use mixed berries. So let me show you. Okay, I like to use mixed berries. So I have some raspberries, fresh raspberries. Just bought them the other day. I have some blueberries, and I usually keep like frozen blueberries and frozen raspberries and strawberries like that for our smoothies. Me and my son like to make smoothies. So when I'm making cheesecakes, if I have stuff left over, I just keep it and use it for smoothies. And then I have some strawberries. I have some nice looking strawberries. So that's what I top my cheesecake with, and then I also use like strawberry, either strawberry preserve, strawberry jam, strawberry glaze, strawberry, whichever you prefer. I didn't try them all. Like when I make my strawberry crunch shortcake cheesecakes, I like to use strawberry preserves. But when I make my just cheesecake, I can use the preserves, I can use the glaze, I can use the jam. It's just up to you, whatever you prefer. And then I top it with these berries. So first thing first, let me unlock my blender. Oh, this thing is heavy. Okay, so first thing first, we're going to get our cream cheese and dump it in there. 4 blocks, 8 ounces each. Philadelphia cream cheese. That's the cream cheese I like to use. Now again, some people, my friend, let me move this out the way. Some people use different cream cheeses. Some people use off-brand. Um, really up to you, but hold on, let me get my spatula. Hold on. Oh, it was on the table the whole time. Duh. Okay. So I got my spatula because I'm going to scrape off this cheesecake that's not coming off. Sometimes after it's thawed out, if it was in the freezer, sometimes it sticks to paper. So do the same with this one. I'm gonna have to wash my hands after this. Sticky and icky. Okay. So let me go wash my hands. Okay. So we're back. Happy holidays to everybody that just came in. Glad to see you guys. We're just making a little bit of cheesecake. Okay, that's the timer. Remember, 8 to 10 minutes for the cheesecake crust. So I'm about to check it. It looks good. So, okay, now, for the people who just came in again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, ho ho ho. Just making a little cheesecake, and then I'll be back again later tonight after I make this cheesecake. While that's cooking, I'm gonna reset up everything, put my other ingredients out, so I can do my German chocolate frosting for you guys. And I'm gonna decorate a German chocolate cake. The cake is already made. I made it earlier today. So I'm just gonna make the frosting with you guys on the stove from scratch, and then I'm gonna decorate the cake with you guys. So, we just put our 4 blocks cream cheese in here. Let me put my handle back on here. Make sure it's all the way on. The towels. Make sure you guys like and share the video. Subscribe to the table. Thank you. So we got our cheesecake in here. We got our why I said cheesecake. We got our cream cheese in here. To the cream cheese, I'm going to add our sugar. This big old cup I showed you. 2 cups. 2 cups of sugar. Oh, my salt. Almost forgot my salt. It's just Morton kosher salt. So we're gonna add our 2 cups of sugar. And again, the salt is just a pinch. A pinch to me is about half a half a teaspoon, or just a pinch. So I'm just gonna put a little in my hand, just a pinch, just just a dash of salt. And I'm gonna push mute while I'm playing. While I'm playing this, while I'm got this running, so you don't have to hear the noise. So I'm gonna push mute while I mix this up. Okay. Oh, I forgot to say, start it off on low. Start it off on low, then kind of kick it up to medium. Now, literally, you saw how long I blended that. I had it on mute because I didn't want you guys to be disturbed by the noise. But you basically just mix it until it's well combined, fluffy. Don't overmix it. Please try not to overmix anything in your cheesecake. With cheesecakes, just basically mix your ingredients till they're well combined. You don't want to overmix it. So we got the 4 blocks of cream cheese in here. We got 4 blocks of cream cheese in here, Philadelphia. We got 2 cups of sugar in here, and we have a pinch of salt in here. So now we're going to add our heavy cream. And I have 2 things of heavy cream because one expire in January and then one expire in February. So I'm gonna use the rest of the January. I might not even have to use the new one. Shake it real well. Always shake your whipping cream really well. And we want a half a cup. Where is my own? Here it is. Okay. So we want half a cup of the heavy whipping cream. So, yep, I didn't even have to use the new one. So I can put that one back in the fridge. And just slowly pour it in there. Just slowly pour it in there. And then after we mix in the heavy cream, we're going to beat it again. Turn the blender back on just till it's well combined again and well combined. Don't over mix. So I'm going to hit mute again so you don't have to hear the noise. Okay. Now, next thing after we just blended in that heavy cream, we're going to add our sour cream, flour, and vanilla. I have 16 ounces or 1 pound of sour cream. I'm going to add that. Now, this sour cream, a lot of people are like, why you put sour cream in your cheesecake? Some people do, some people don't. But to me, this makes it really, really creamy. I love it, and my customers love it. They love it. So yeah, when I make my bigger cheesecakes, I like to put the sour cream in them because I think it just makes them taste better because there's more substance inside the cheesecake. The bigger you get them, but that's what I like to use. So I have my spoon. And again, these ingredients is for a 10-inch round cheesecake. You cannot use the same amount of ingredients for every different size cheesecake. And I'm sure you guys probably know that, but I just had to say it. And then we're going to add, we got the sour cream in there. Wipe up my little area. We're going to add the flour and our vanilla. So the flour, again, we have 5 tablespoons. Make sure you get it all in there. And then the vanilla, 1.5 tablespoons. And just beat till well combined. And again, I'm gonna hit the mute button so you don't have to hear the blender. Always start off slow, then kick it up to medium till it's well combined though. Okay. So now we're going to add in our eggs. When I make cakes, I like to use 1 egg at a time blend, a 1 egg at a time blend. So don't crack all your eggs and throw them all in there and then blend it. I know it might seem tedious, Like, what does it matter? But it really matters. It really matters. So do one egg at a time, just till it's well combined, and then do your next egg, and then your next egg, and then your next egg. So we got 4 large eggs. So I'm gonna crack my little table here. I'm gonna hit mute so you don't hear the blender. Hey there, hi, miss you. Hi, okay, y'all. We just added our 4 eggs in here. Remember, mix each egg by itself. Now, some people like to mix. Some people like to crack an egg in a bowl and then dump the egg in there because they want to make sure. Yeah, I had it muted because I didn't want you guys to hear the blender. So all through this video, I was telling people I'm about to mute so they wouldn't hear the blender. So yeah. But yeah, if you just came in and you couldn't hear me, I was on mute purposely so you guys wouldn't hear the blender noise. But yeah, some people like to crack the eggs in a bowl, 1 egg, and then dump it in there, then crack the next egg, dump it in there, crack the next egg in a bowl, dump it in there to avoid getting shells in there. You can do it that way too. Sometimes I do it that way, and sometimes I'm a pretty good egg cracker. So I don't tend to put shells in my mixture, but whatever works for you. And then we blended each egg separately, one at a time, just till it's well combined. Now at this point, I want to use my spatula, my soft little spatula, and I want to go around, all around, dig up the bottom, just dig it all on up, dig it out, just spin it around. Don't stir it, just kind of lift up on it, you know, just, make sure it's well combined all the way at the bottom. Just make sure it's all the way blended. And then I blend it again just for a few more seconds. Never, never over blend, never over mix a cheesecake. Just blend your stuff till it's well combined. So I'm about to hit mute again so you won't hear the blender. Okay, I am done with all my blending, so I shouldn't have to mute you guys again for any more blending. Um, let's see. What do I need from here out. Okay, I'm gonna move something to the side so I can show you how to put your cheesecake in the pan. And then, like I said, for those of y'all who want to come back, I'll be back like in an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, to show you how I make my German chocolate, homemade German chocolate cake frosting. And then I'm going to decorate a German chocolate cake. All of this, of course, is for Christmas. So to put the cheesecake in our springform pan, we're going to need Reynolds wrap. And again, like I said in the beginning of the show, we're going to need parchment paper and some baking spray. So those three things we definitely need to use to put the cheesecake in the oven. So let me go grab my springform pan. Now also here's our cheesecake crust that we made earlier for those who came in late. But also we need a pan to put our cheesecake to put this in, and we need it to be with like about an inch of water inside the pan. So let me go do that real quick. Here's the pan I'm using. You see, I put water in here, about an inch of water. So that's what we're going to put our cheesecake springform pan in. So I'm going to set this water filled pan to the side. Okay, now for the cheesecake. Now, what I like to do with my cheesecake, because since this will be sitting in water, the water basically helps the cheesecake from falling in. It helps it to be really firm. It helps it to not have cracks. If you ever had cracks in your cheesecake, you might want to try baking your cheesecake in a water bath. That's what they call that, a water bath. You fill a pan, a baking sheet that's high enough on the edges to put about an inch of water in there, and then this right here goes right in that water, but so that the water doesn't get into the cheesecake, because if it will get in the cheesecake and it'll make your cheesecake crust really soft, like really soft. It'll cook and it's edible, but it's not going to be like hard. It's not. No, just make sure the bottom of this pan is secure. And how we're going to secure it so it doesn't get any water from the water bath, we're going to use some aluminum foil. So, with aluminum foil, basically, I use about probably 4 of these, and I just set the pan on top, and I wrap the foil around it. This is to the side, right and left. Then I take another piece, and I do it the opposite way. Make sure it's high enough to go with the entire size. Wrap that around. Then I take another piece. And again, I go the opposite way that we started, left to right. And I stick the pan on there. Then I take one more piece. Just one more piece. And go the opposite way again. I like to make sure my cheesecake is so secure that there is no chance of any water from the water bath seeping in. So I'm telling you, the crust just don't taste the same. And sometimes your cheesecake will end up falling and getting a crack in it if water gets inside the springform pan. So all the way around. seal. I use like 4 strips, side to side, this way, side to side, this way, side to, like 4 or 5 times. And then what we're gonna do is we need some parchment paper. So let me move the aluminum foil to the side and a knife. Basically, I'm going to cut like the parchment paper has like they go in squares. So I would go like cut like 2 squares and cut up the long way. And then I want to do it again. Go down 2 squares again, 1 square, down a square, and cut going up the long way. And it don't have to be totally perfect. It don't have to be totally perfect. But with these 2 sheets, I'm going to put these sheets inside the springform pan like this. I'm going to go around this side. Let me put this down. Oh, notice. Let me, matter of fact, hold on. Hold on. Let me, for now, I'll remove my display name so that you guys can see fully what I'm doing. So one's going to go this side, and the other piece is going to go the other side. So basically, it just kind of helps the cheesecake have a nice, even, round shape. Now, some people don't do this, so this is just how I do my cheesecakes every time I make a cheesecake for family or if I'm doing it for an order for a customer. But to kind of help it stick, I spray some more spray on the inside of the pan. Now we already sprayed the pan once before we put our crust in, but I spray again. So on the inside of the pan, just at the top, not on the crust. And of course, I had it face down. Make sure you always shake it first. Okay, that just kind of helps. Sprayed that too close to my face. So that kind of helps it stick to the sides, the paper. And again, this kind of helps the cheesecake have a nice, smooth, round shape. Nice, smooth, round shape. So make sure it's all the way at the bottom, sitting on the cheesecake, as you can see. And then I'm gonna give this one last spin. Oh, I unplugged it on accident. Okay, where's the plug? I'm gonna give it one last spin. Let me hit mute so y'all don't hear it. And I only gave it one last spin because it's been sitting there for a few minutes. So I want it to be nice and flowy. Nice and flowy. So now I'm going to try to scrape off as much as I can from the handle. Because it will drip. Just to try to keep less drippage and get it mostly in our cheesecake, I'm going to heavy, heavy, heavy. I hate getting stuff on my hands. Okay, so we're just going to pour it inside. Okay. So now it might be a little clumps in there. It don't matter. I'll be right back. So just like a normal cake, if you were to make a cake, cornbread, anything like that, you wanna just try to make sure it's kind of even by kind of shaking it just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. Don't want too much movement. And that is how you prepare a cheesecake from start to finish from scratch. Now that water bath I told you about, let me go ahead and bring that over here so you guys can see exactly what I'm referring to. I'm gonna scoot the cheesecake back a little bit. Be right back. Again, you fill a pan with water, about half an inch. This is your water bath. It helps keep your cheesecake more firm. It helps keep it from cracking. It just helps it cook really evenly. It helps it from dipping. Sometimes cheesecakes dip down when they're baking. The water bath kind of like, I don't know, it just kind of embraces the cheesecake mixture and just helps it to bake. That's why we put so much aluminum foil around our cheesecake because we don't want any of the water to seep through and damage the bottom of our cheesecake. So we just put it in there like that. And we put it in the oven just like that on 350 degrees. Hold on, let me go back to the chat, see if you guys are saying anything. Okay, make sure I don't want to miss any comments. But everybody, please again, make sure you like and share the video, please, and thank you so very much. And subscribe to the Hood Table. And again, I'm gonna be back in about an hour after I clean up my area. We're gonna go over to the stove and I'm gonna show you how I make my frosting, my homemade German chocolate cake frosting with pecans, with butter. We're gonna use some more unsalted butter, some more vanilla. We're gonna use some egg yolks. We're gonna use some coconut, some shredded coconut. Whoo, child, I love German chocolate cake frosting. If you can make this from scratch, you will never, ever, ever buy it in the container at the store. Like I tasted that stuff long time ago. Like somebody was making a German chocolate cake and they bought the frosting from. I hate store frosting. Me personally, I've never used store frosting, not for my family, not for my customers. I always make homemade frosting. I don't care what kind, cream cheese, buttercream, coconut, chocolate, whatever. German chocolate, um, pecan frosting. I like to make it from scratch. So, anywho, we're gonna cook this for an hour. We're going to cook it for an hour on 350. Now, remember, I told y'all at the beginning, hey, crackhead, what's up, boo? How you doing? You welcome. Remember, I told you guys at the beginning of the show, we're going to bake it at 350 for an hour. But after it's done baking, we're going to turn the oven off. We're going to open up the oven. And we're going to leave the oven open with the cheesecake still sitting in the pan. Leave it sitting there for an hour. Then take it out, sit it on the counter till it cools off, which might take like 20, 30 more minutes. Then put it in the fridge for I like to do at least 12 hours. I honestly do them overnight when I'm doing orders and taking orders. I make my cheesecakes a whole day ahead of time. I just like doing it that way because they're really firm and they really, have their body and everything. The longer you let them sit, the better. I'm telling you. So basically, we're gonna put this in the oven for an hour on 350. Then after it's done, turn the oven off, open the oven door, let it rest inside the oven, still sitting just like this inside the oven for another hour after it's done cooking, and then take it and sit it out on the counter and let it cool off. Then throw that bad boy in the fridge. Okay, for at least 12 hours. That's my suggestion. My suggestion. So let me go ahead and open up this oven. And be very careful. You don't want to spill water. Okay, you guys. So I'm gonna turn my timer on my phone, put it on 1 hour, and I already have like preset. I already have preset cheesecake 35 minutes, baked beans 1 hour, hour cheesecake, 15-minute timer for this, 10-minute timer for that. So I already have like some preset ones on here. But anyway, set it for an hour. Hit start. You don't even need to check on it. I'm telling you, I made this cheesecake so many. This is like my go-to recipe for my customers and for my family. So you don't have to check on it. Let it cook for an hour. Don't open the door. If you want, turn the light on to your oven and peep in and see how good it's coming along. But do not open that oven. Let it cook on 350 for 1 hour. Now, the only reason why you might want to open the oven, if you look inside and you see that the water has cooked all out and it's still like a lot of time left for it to cook, open the oven real quickly, take like a cup of water, pour it in the pan, and shut the oven right back. Okay? But other than that, just let it cook because the water usually cooks all the way out, maybe like 10 minutes before it's done cooking. But if you're looking there after like 30 something minutes and you see ain't no water in there, oh Lord, I would just grab a cup of water, add a little water, to the pan. But other than that, you really don't need to open the oven. So that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed my cheesecake demo, my cheesecake tutorial. Of course, this has to cook, so I'm not going to keep you guys on here for that. But I'm going to clean up my area and I'm going to move everything over to the stove because we're going to be cooking we're going to be making, which is cooking, some German chocolate frosting from scratch on the stove. And then after that, I'm going to decorate the cake and it gotta be that. And then what else do I gotta do tonight? I don't really have anything else to do tonight. I already prepped everything for tomorrow morning. I already made my greens. They on the stove. I gotta throw my turkey legs in there. The meat from my turkey legs that I cooked earlier. I gotta throw that in there with the greens. Let that cook like another 30 minutes because I got the greens on low right now because they're basically done cooking. I just got them on low. So after I wrap this up, I'm gonna shred my turkey meat off my turkey legs and put them in there with the greens, and then put it back up on medium. Let it simmer for about 30 minutes more. Turn that off. Wait till it's totally cooled down enough so I can transfer it into a big bowl that I like to put my greens in. I have a really big bowl with a lid that I like to put my greens in to put in the fridge. And then tomorrow, of course, I'll just take some scoops out, put it in the pan, put it on low, let it simmer, warm up when it's time. But everything else that I do the day of on a holiday. I got turkey, ham, and ribs for the meat. I'm just doing the greens. I'm doing the dressing. I'm doing a banana pudding. Y'all just saw me do the cheesecake. In an hour, I'm going to do the German chocolate cake live. Macaroni and cheese, corn on the cob. I might do some yams. But that's about it. Nothing major, Just a couple of soul food dishes. And that's gonna be Christmas. That's gonna be Christmas. So thanks again for tuning in. Thank you, Tina. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure you like and share the video. Subscribe to The Hood Table if you are not already subscribed. And of course, as usual, Cash App love offerings are appreciated. They are appreciated if you want to donate. You said, girl, you forgot time. I'm gonna be back. It'll probably take me like 30 minutes to set up. At least 30 minutes to set up so I can get the so I can make the frosting for my German chocolate cake for you guys live. So give me about 30 minutes to an hour. I'll be back. If y'all want to tune in, feel free. But in the meantime, and in between time, if I don't hear from you, if I don't see you guys later or before Christmas, have a wonderful, wonderful, safe, blessed holiday. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant as always, keep good, and I'm out. Bye. Thank you, Miss Hall. Thank you for watching the replay.